Hello folks and welcome to the channel. This is going to be another one of my Skyrim tutorials. We're going to learn how to do custom collision on our custom meshes that we made in Blender. And I'm going to show you how to do some very easy collision. It's very simple. Remember guys, if you find this video helpful, smash that like button and share it on your social media so that other people can learn how to do this stuff. If you've got questions or comments or whatever, you guys know what to do. Leave a comment and I'll get back to you guys. Subscribe to the channel, do that notification bell thing. Those are the free and easy things you can do to help this channel out. If you want to support the channel directly, click the join button underneath the video or use the coffee link in the description to do a one-time tip. All right, guys, let's get into this. Okay, guys, here we are in Blender, and I've made a counter for like merchants and stuff. This is just a regular old straight counter. Now it's in a lot of pieces. You'll see that I have my pillars here, and then I have my pillars on the other side. Now I could go ahead and combine those pillars and make it one shape, but to do the collision, I'm going to need these two to be separate. And I have, you can see that I have the all the different planks there for the shelves. I have my back and I have my sides like that. Then I have my supports and stuff. But that is great. Anyway, that's great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select all these, and just to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and apply all transform. And I'm going to save the project. And then I'm going to export that. Now I have on the desktop, make sure it's just an SE mesh with no charge on this extension. And on the desktop, I have my tutorial folder that I've been working with. Now I'm going to name this one Collision. I'm going to name this mesh Collision. So I'm going to export that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and you see where I have it named as Collision Mesh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that collection, and I'm going to rename this one to be Final Mesh. Right? And then I'm going to turn this Collision Mesh one off. I'm going to click on one there, click on the last one, bring my cursor over here, click Control J to make it all into one mesh. And I'm going to rename this, and I'm going to call this Common Counter Grate 01. Just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure all my transforms are applied, and I'm going to save the project. Then I'm going to export this. And I'm going to export this right to this tutorial here. No charge and extension. And that is done. Let's go look at that. Let's go look at what we got here so far. Now, there's a couple of different ways to do collision. You can use the vanilla collision for certain things, but if it's a custom mesh like the straight counter, you're not going to find anything with the same basically the same collision. So this is 280 kilobytes, which is pretty good. Now, if I was to use chunk merge to do this would be substantially bigger, because chunk merge, when you do collision with chunk merge, it adds quite a bit of information into the file, and it does it on the tri shapes, and it really adds a lot of meat to the mesh that you don't really need. So we're going to do this the easy way. And by the easy way, I mean we're going to use Outfit Studio. Okay, first thing we need to do is open our Outfit Studio. And we're going to load a reference because we're going to need the BSX flags and all that. So from my last video, you would have seen that this is the easy way to do this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load a reference, and I'm going to load this floor from the Cataraya here, which is the floor I like to use for this stuff. It just works. Now I'm going to import my mesh from the collision mesh. So I'm going to import that. Now I want to do the whole thing like I did before with copy bone weights. Select all of it, copy bone weights, and bring that all up like that. Do the weights, set the base shape, and then I'm just going to export this right back to itself. Just like that. Yes. And I'm going to close Outfit Studio because I don't need it right now. I'm not going to close Body Slide because I'm going to need that in a little while. So I'm going to open this collision mesh up that I just made. Let's check everything. I got my BXX flags. It's already got collision on it, but that's okay. We're going to switch that. So this is NifSkope Dev 10. And this is the first one I ever learned how to do this on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on one of my tri-shapes. I'm going to start with the top here. And I'm going to click on that, and we're going to right click on that, and I'm going to go to Havoc, create convex shape, push OK, and then I'm going to push no so that it replaces the collision that I had. And I'm going to set the material here to wood. Now, remember I said that I need this here, this side here to be 1. So I'm going to do the same thing. Right click on it, create convex shape. But then I'm going to push yes. And that'll give me that right there. And we're going to go ahead and set that to wood. Do the same thing on these other pillars. Yes. And then set my material like this. Now, I don't need collision on this front plane here because when you walk up to it, see how the mesh actually the countertop actually extends over. So I don't really need collision on that, but I need collision on these shelves. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And put collision on each one of these shelves. And that's so if I put stuff on the shelves that is going to fall through it, like let's say a wine bottle or something like that, put a wine bottle down here. If it doesn't have collision on the shelf, it's just going to fall through it to the floor. Okay, so that's all done there. That all looks good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change my string index, and I'm going to call this counter straight. Just like that. Now I'm going to run the spells again here. Reorder blocks. And you know it reordered the blocks when it puts it like that. It's good there. So I want to fix invalid block names. Update tangent spaces. I'm going to optimize by remove bogus nodes and remove unused strings. And it'll come up says 1. That's because I changed the string index. And I'll go ahead and I'll save this. Now this part's done. Now, you're going to get a little bit of an extra thing here because I got to... okay, now to do the custom collision, we want to load a reference. And we are going to load that collision mesh that I made here. And you can see that it gives you some shapes. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose the triple plank bevel. You could choose any one of the shapes. It doesn't matter. There's my reference. And then I'm going to import my NIF here that I got all textured up. And same thing as before. I want to copy bone weights. Max that out. Push OK. Set my base shape. Recalculate normals. And export. Export it back to itself. Just like that. Now, I'm going to close this because now I don't need this no more. If I open this up, you can see it's got all the required collision on it. It's got the sides, it's got the shelves, it's got the top. Doesn't need the front because the countertop won't let you actually go through it. So that's a good thing. And we'll look at all the things we need to look at here. This is 130. And the collision object here, click on it here, will be Skyrim Havoc matte material wood. So that's all good. So we're going to save that. We're going to go ahead and just run spells just to make sure. I know it's actually redundant to do this stuff, but I found if I don't do this, I'm always thinking to myself, oh, I forgot this. So I do everything over again. All right, so that's good. Now we're going to go ahead and open up my thing here, my Skyrim folder for my tutorials. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move that right in there. Now we're going to go ahead and put this in game. So we're going to open up Creation Kit, put this in game, and then we're going to test. Okay, here we are in Creation Kit. Now I need to put this in here. I've got stuff here. I actually don't need that because that's left over from the other one. I am going to use this here, a static object, and I'm going to call this one common counter straight. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to point this mesh at the one I just put in here. And it will be okay. So push OK and make a new one there. And I'm going to go to my tutorial test cell. And let this load up. Sometimes it takes a couple of minutes. The worst thing you can do with Creation Kit is try to rush it. Just let it do its thing. Otherwise, it'll just automatically crash on you, which sucks. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we got our mead crates there from last tutorial. And we're going to open this up here and we're going to throw this in here. And that will be perfect. And we'll go ahead and save our tutorial there. And now we're going to go in game and check to see if this works. All right. Here we are in Breeze Home with Test Guy. And we're going to go ahead and check to see if this works. So I'm going to go ahead and open my console, COC 00 tutorial test cell. Well, it's not moving and I can't run through it. And like I said, you can't actually like sneak through it because you're too big, still too big, and running into the collision. So that all worked. That 100% works. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Remember, guys, if you like the content, smash the like button and then share it on your social media so that other people can learn how to do this stuff. If you got any questions or comments, you guys know what to do. Leave me a comment. I will respond to you. Subscribe to the channel and do that notification bell thing. Those are the free and easy things you can do to help this channel out. If you want to support the channel directly, click the join button or the super thanks button, or you can look in the description and use the coffee link for a one-time tip. All right, guys, until next time, remember to keep your sword sharp. Don't be a milk drinker. And always watch the skies, traveler.